Hi, my name is Ben Howes, and I'm in the Computer Science Independent Certification class at GoLake High School. And today I wanted to share a quick update about the certification I'm currently working through. It's this one right here, IT Specialist Artificial Intelligence, and this is through an amazing website called Pearson. Um, if I load up this course here, you can see I'm currently working through Lesson 8, Developing Cluster Models. This is a certification that I started during the last school year, so I am substantially ahead of where it would be if I had just started it. If I head over to the progress tab here, you can see that I'm about 80% through the course. Um, I'm not exactly sure how the grade scale works. I think it's like percent completed. I'm not sure, but I usually only come here to check how far I am through the course. If I head back to the course, um, you can see in these past couple of lessons I've been doing, I've been learning how to create and how like different sort of models work in machine learning and AI. So we have developing models, I mean, sorry, developing classification models, developing regression models, and developing cluster models. And to talk more about that, I will come over here to my notes. Since last year, I changed the platform that I take notes on from um, the Microsoft OneNote to this Notion, which I've been really enjoying Notion. It just gives me like basically more options and like better formatting options for how I take my notes. But yeah, it's just been a really fun experience. I think when I left off last year, I was working through lesson 6, which was the one about developing classification models. I think I came into this year starting with naive Bayes classification, which was really confusing for me, but I worked through it. I understand it pretty well. Um, so basically, the difference between these three is classifications models is like basically finding out whether you're in this category or that category, whether something happened or it didn't happen. So basically, whether something is a 1 or a 0. So, like this here, it's either a yes or no, and it'll split like this line down down the middle. And if it's on this half of the line, it's a yes. If it's on this half of the line, it's a no, sort of thing. Then you get into things like decision trees, which is something that I really enjoyed because I'm a very visual learner, and decision trees are something that you can obviously show in a very visual way. Um, and then with decision trees in classification models, though, it does only like come down to two options, whether it's a yes or no, whether they recommend a game, which I think this example is talking about, or they don't recommend a game. Sorry if I don't sound good. I am currently at home sick, but um, I thought that decision trees were really cool because you can also have put multiple of them into a certain machine learning model, and of course the name for that would be a random forest, which I thought was really cool. So that's like classification models. It's fitting it to like a 1 or 0 sort of thing. And then we have regression models, which is basically given this certain input, you'll get this output. So, like on a graph, given this x, you'll get this y, and it's basically like predicting the outcome. So, you'll put in your data points, and then it'll make some sort of line of best fit, and then it can guess on the outcome of circumstances based on that line. Um, yeah, that's pretty much what most of regression is. And then the one that I'm currently working through is lesson 8, which is talking about cluster models, which I've also really enjoyed because they've had a lot of pictures that have at least stuck with me pretty well. Um, Cluster models are basically where you have like this one, they call it a centroid, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, where you'll put that, like the centroid is the center of a group or a cluster, So centroid is on the graph, and then you'll graph the other points, and whichever centroid um, the data point is closest to, it'll become part of that group. So this is sort of like um, the classification models where it's putting the results into a group, um, but it's able to be more than just two answers. It's more than just like a one or zero. It can give you one of however many um, clusters you want. This is an example of a k-means clustering. As you can see, k equals 3. K just means how many different clusters there are. There's obviously 1, 2, 3. But yeah, those are the three models that I've been going through since I came back to school. Um, and that's pretty much what I've been up to in my certification course. Thank you so much for watching.